Yun pong impeachment complaints against the President are all, at least based on news, dahil wala pa po ako nakikita kahit isa. I haven't received official copy of any of those. But basing it on the news report, it appears na ito pong tatlong impeachment complaint against the President. 3 impeachment complaints against the President are being filed all under the first mode. So ito po, first mode, mandatory dadaan sa Justice Committee.
Magulo na, guguluhin ko pa. Yung po ba kay Vice President Sara Duterte, meron ding naka-file na impeachment under the first mode?
I haven't seen any as yet. Kayo po ba may nakita na? Wala pa po akong nakikita sa news. Kaya we cannot comment on that yet because as much as possible, let us not speculate. Sabi mo nga, sir, magulo.
Ma'am, yun po binanggit ni former Congressman Mike Defensor na itong si Zaldico is willing to testify on one of the impeachment complaints. And considering nga na he is a fugitive, pwede ba yun na he will testify kung sakasakali po mag-proceed ito ng impeachment na po against the President?
I think it's everybody's right to testify, no? For as long as he is willing to appear and to take his oath. It applies to all, no? Kung itong mga intended witness is willing to come before the Justice Committee and take their oath, of course, they can testify. Lahat po ng ebidensya supporting the impeachment complaint has to be sworn in before the Justice Committee.
Sabihin, kung may ganun nga na he is willing, he has to come home. Ganon?
Definitely. As a matter of fact, not only in impeachment process, sa lahat ng investigative body, dapat lahat ng witnesses under oath, which therefore means you have to come and take your oath before you give your testimony.
Ma'am, hindi pwede sa verified Facebook account?
I think everybody knows the answer, no? That distinguishes a formal proceeding from a non-formal. And in as far as investigation is concerned, there are formalities which we really need to comply with.
Ma'am, yun po bang fugitive from justice na tinuturing? Of course, lawyer po kayo, nabalitaan nyo na yung fugitive. Hindi pwede mag-file sa korte dahil walang ano sa kanya. Pwede po bang maging testigo sa ibang kaso naman ang isang fugitive?
I am not very much certain, but I don't recall any existing rule that prohibits really a fugitive from testifying in other cases. Ang magiging issue na nga lang dyan, because he is a fugitive and he is facing the possibility of being arrested. Will he be willing to compromise that possibility of being arrested to be able to appear before any investigative body?
So meaning, ang isang fugitive, pag gustong tumestigo, hindi na siya fugitive. Kasi mahuhuli.
Ma'am, tapos to clarify lang din yung binanggit niya po kanina, yun pong sinasabi na hindi pagtanggap ng office ng ni House Secgen, yun po ay discretion ng kanyang opisina. Tama po.
What I said is, as to the manner by which the office of the SecGen will discharge her function in transmitting the same immediately to the Speaker, it depends on the discretion of the Secretary General. I am referring to the interpretation of the word immediately.
Hello.
Kung possible kaya na mag-testify si Zaldico via video conferencing and mag-take oath siya, for example, sa isang embahada. Is that a possibility? Ano po bang ano nyo? Ano po ba yung sinasabi ng rules dito kapag impeachment? Magte-testify siya.
I haven't seen that under the rules. Ang nasa ilalim po ng rules ng impeachment, dapat sa Justice Committee Chair, panunumpaan lahat ng affidavits and counter affidavits. And that includes the giving of testimony before the Justice Committee. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, I haven't spoken with the members of the Justice Committee because most of them are there in respective districts right now. No? Kami po'y naka-recess pa at sa Monday pa magre-resume ang session. And normally, pag ganito pong recess, we address our problems and concerns in our respective district. Umiikot po sila para kumustahin ang kanilang mga constituents. That's what we do during recess, no?
Hello.
If the question is the preparation, wala pa po kaming napapag-usapan. But I can share with you that I went back to my reading materials already because I am anticipating that at least one, no? It can be 2, it can be 3, it can be more, but definitely it should be at the same time. If it is against one impeachable official, ay dadating sa Justice Committee. Let me express, kung ito man po ay higit sa isang impeachment complaint, let me express I have a lot of faith and confidence to the 38 members of the Justice Committee. And since this is a constitutional duty, all of us should be ready to discharge our function as members of the Justice Committee.
May power ba ang SEC dyan na hindi tanggapin ang isang impeachment complaint if ever na nandito man yung SEC dyan?
I wish to believe that this is ministerial, which means that in all cases, the Office of the Secretary General should receive, especially when it is signed and verified already. And it is accompanied by a resolution of at least a member of the House. But again, as to how she will discharge this function, given the set of facts that she is on official travel, let us leave that to the exclusive discharge of the Secretary General.
Ang complaint yata na Makabayan Black tsaka yung isa pang sila Attorney Topacio, rejected na yung nila, complaints.
I
Hindi
think
pa.
it's only the Secretary General who can answer that. Whether it is rejected or it can be accepted later on, once we resume, it all depends on our section.
Anong oras nga po ang session sa Monday?
Session normally starts at 3 p.m.
3 p.m. So, may hanggang 2:59 sila para maghanap ng mag-i-endorso.
It depends on the Secretary General. I do not want to delve on matters which do not fall in the jurisdiction of the Justice Committee. No? Meron po tayong Secretary General to answer that. All questions concerning the receiving of the impeachment complaint. Meron po tayong Office of the Speaker to answer all questions pertaining to inclusion of the impeachment complaint in the order of business of the plenary. At meron din po tayong all members of the House to comment on the referral of the impeachment complaints to the Justice Committee.
Ma'am, sino po ang may kapangyarihan na magdetermina o magdesisyon kung ano ang unang itatransmit sa hanay ng mga complaints?
Assuming that all of them are already in the plenary, then it depends on all the members of the House of Representatives.